morning. I'm just trying to, there we go, okay. Let's see, my floor is gonna be creaky in here. Of course, I've got it right where it's going to be creaky. Hello, good morning. Happy Tuesday. If you can see me and hear me, let me know. Say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from. Tell me if you saw the video yesterday. So yesterday I primed this piece, and today I'm going to paint it. If you are watching on replay, just put in the comments hashtag replay, and I will, just so I know you were here. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. Even on replay, I come back and check them. So, okay, I know you're not supposed to like wait. I never know how, it just takes a minute for people to get on. And so, but I'm just going to start and kind of show you, and just kind of wait for people to get on here. And try not to make you dizzy with me moving the camera. I can start on this side since it's easier. So today I left a link for the products I'm using, the paint I'm using, and the brush I'm using today. And so I'm using paint from Wise Owl Paint. And then I left the color up there. Oh no, I'm not using this. I was gonna show you guys that. This is the ClingOn brush. This is kind of a new to me brush as well, but I'm really, really liking it. I did grab one of Gabrielle's little paint brushes. Always pick these up. If you find, I find them brand new, like at a thrift store or yard sales, I always pick up. She's got like nice brushes she uses for all of her stuff, but I like to have little brushes like this for the tops of drawers and those kinds of things. So this one's obviously a little bit bigger, so I just like to have a little brush on hand. Always have something to pick up any messes with. So I do have towels underneath this, old towels underneath the dresser. But I like to have something on hand just to wipe off. And then this is, since I was sharing so much about this yesterday, this is the salve that I am raving about. Oh my gosh, it just smells so good. I've used, you guys, I'm gonna have to get some more. But this is in the link up above too. So I don't just use this on furniture, but it's unbelievable. It's just, I've been putting it on so many things. So, and they have different scents, and the only ones I've used, this one's teak wood and amber, really good. And the other one is tobacco and flower, I think. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. So I thought I opened this can of paint, but of course I didn't. So let me just open this. I did shake it. So like I said, I'm going to paint this in kind of a, this is a new to me color, kind of a creamy white. So can you guys see that? This is called Isle Avenue. No, it's not called that. What is this called? That's backwards for you guys. It's kind of a creamy, not, I wouldn't say yellow. Oh my gosh, it matches this towel perfectly. It's this color. Oh, there we go. It matches that perfectly. I set the lid on that. But like I said, I will be selling this piece, so lighter colors just sell. The other thing you need, and if you need a link to one of these, let me know in the comments and I will definitely get you one. You need a fine mist, this is like blowing out, water bottle. This, if you are brushing paint on a piece of furniture, is going to be your best friend. So you definitely want one of these. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It will get rid of brush strokes. It will just smooth out the paint. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? Smooth out the paint, just easier and better. Okay. So when you're using, you know, chalk paints, they can be thick. And so I'm not left-handed, but I'm trying to do this so you guys can see. So sometimes they're just thick, right? They're great for these projects, but sometimes when they are just too thick, you're gonna get a lot of brush strokes, and you're just gonna have, you'll find that you're having to use a lot of work to get the paint on the piece, if that makes sense. Like you're trying to like push it on, if that makes sense. And so this paint, the spray bottle just alleviates all of that, just gets rid of all of that. You don't have to work so hard. You will get rid of brush strokes. So definitely I always have and it's not just a regular paintbrush, spray bottle is not going to work. So you need one of those fine mists, and I can get you a link for one under $10. I mean, they're inexpensive, but the fine mist spray bottles are just going to work so much better. The one that I used, it's from my Chalkateur shop, so that's why mine is that color. You can get one in my Chalkateur shop, but there's other ones. You can get them. I can get you a link for. You don't have to get them through there, but I do get questions asking, well, where do you get that color? This colored one. It's just from my Chalkateur shop, because you use this. You use it with the chalk projects too that I share. So as I am brushing this on, if you have any questions, if you're on here, let me know. You can kind of see it's definitely not a white paint color, you know, like a true white. I love creamy whites, like right now beige kind of, grayish, they call that, you know, with a little bit of gray in it is pretty too, but I really love the beige colors, kind of the more warmer colors. That's a lot what I have a lot in my house. Then everybody knows I love green, so any kind of like olive green is so pretty, but this dresser is going to be pretty in this color. Lighten it up a little bit. So another thing I should say here, I really have liked this thick brush, and to be completely honest, I didn't think I would, but it's great. Now, when you can see here, these aren't brush strokes. These are, you're gonna need another coat strokes. A lot of people get frustrated or wanna just think you can't paint because this is what it looks like when you paint. This is what it looks like when I paint. I've been doing this for well over 20 years, and this is what it looks when I paint too. It's part of the process. So you are definitely, especially when you're painting always like a light paint over, you know, a wood piece or a darker piece, it's gonna look like this, completely normal. You just know, it just tells you you're gonna need a couple of coats. But it is covering really well. And I really like this color. I keep trying to move so I think you guys can see this. So I was going to yesterday see if we had one more of the wood knobs. I got all the screws out yesterday. And I won't bore you with painting here, let me move. I gotta kind of move a little bit. Drawers today. I'll do those when I hop off here. And another little tip, make sure you cover your paint can if you're not using it. There have been many times when I'm all done painting and then I do something else and then I spill the whole can of paint because I didn't shut it. Been there, done that. So this doesn't take long. Like yesterday, I could have done this last night, but I wanted to kind of show you the process here. So, you know, once that clear primer dried, I was ready to paint a few hours later. Okay, so here I've got this all on. This dries fairly quick. You don't want to put a second coat on right now because you do want to make sure it's fully dry before you start putting another coat of paint on, because if not, it's just going to pull the paint away. So you don't want to do that. I do remove the drawers when I'm painting. Some people don't. I always do, just because I like to make sure I get in between the little nooks and crannies, especially on, you know, like dressers and things with drawers. So I like to remove the drawers before I paint, because then I'm not going to paint them shut if I get too much paint on. What else? You can always spray furniture. I know a lot of people that like to spray furniture. Right now with the weather, I don't have a spray space inside. We do have sprayers. If I had a ton of, that's my floor creaking. If I had a ton of projects kind of lined up, we have done, you know, and I'm using one color or something, like when we've had dining room tables and chairs to make over, the sprayer is so nice for that. But the weather that we're having here in Iowa is not good. So it's not good to paint, even with a paintbrush outside when it's this humid and so when it's this humid. So I'm in my office, which I'm happy. We put down new flooring in my office, so it's better for these because I do paint, like in the winter I'm painting here. We do have like a kind of a storage area down here where the laundry is, so I do paint in there as well. But my office is usually where I'm painting, so. But definitely you can spray. So I just saw somebody ask about the clear primer that I use. It's Wise Owl's clear primer. That's what I used yesterday. The link in the description to this video. If you can't see it now, it'll be there once the video's ended. But that is the clear primer I used yesterday. And I also, get it so you guys can see this. I cleaned it before I got on here and did the priming. And I used Dawn dish soap, to be honest, because we had that out in a bucket a little bit, you know, it's like a little drop and then the rest is water. But we had that out and we were working on a couple of other projects and we had that out there. So I used that and a steel wool pad that cleaned off cleaned it off really well. It kind of took a little bit of the, you know, this has been, when we got it, the drawer was broken, the drawer front. And if you check, I shared that video on Instagram and it should be up on Facebook, or it will be soon. So I showed how we fixed the drawer front, and then, so it was not in great condition when we got it, but easily fixable, right? So we knew we could fix it. But it had been out, you know, or in a garage or in an attic, who knows really where it was. So the top coat that it had on, the finish, that's what I'm trying to say. The finish that it had on it wasn't even anymore. You know, like some parts had seen more wear and, than other parts. And so the steel wool and the Dawn dish soap, and then water afterwards, not doused water, but just kind of like a damp rag to kind of make sure there's no soap residue or whatever on it. But you're using such little Dawn that it's not really sudsy, if that makes sense. It's not a ton of bubbles and stuff. But anyway, it just kind of evened out the finish and kind of made it perfect for painting. I knew I was painting it. I obviously would not do that process on a piece I wasn't painting, but it really worked out good. So I will be doing that again. It was just, you know, it doesn't have to be a fancy cleaner. A lot of times I'm just using vinegar and water. But like I said, since we had that outside, I used that and it worked great. So now this brush, I mean, you guys, it holds a lot of paint. And I'm able to get into these little areas really well, easily. I really, like I said, I did not think, it's just kind of straight across, thicker brush. It's smaller handled, so it's good. I have smaller hands, so it fits in my hands really well, which is important. My hands start hurting after a while, especially I notice it when we have flip houses and I'm doing a lot of the cutting in and all the trim work. Matt does all the rolling and I do all the trim work. And then I'll go to do, you know, like a furniture project or something small, and my hands are killing me. So these smaller brushes are just good for my hands. We want to find another flip house, but I'm sure wherever you're coming in from, I will let you know I do paint here and inside here, so that when you push the drawer in and here, I will see once I get the drawers in and painted. But I do paint that because as you push the drawers in, then that part is painted as well. But the housing market, oh my gosh, it's so crazy right now. So we'll probably have to wait this out a little bit. Anybody else? Like, I think it's everywhere. The housing market is, that it's just crazy. Okay, I think what I'll do now, just because it's easier, I'm just going to do the top. Okay, I'm just going to kind of move you guys over here. Okay. So like I said, you can really get, you know, an entire piece done in a day. You just want to make sure that the coats are fully dried before you put more coats on. Okay, is that? Okay, I think you can see what I'm doing. Before you put more coats on. And then as far as the like the top coat, I would definitely wait for the paint to dry, you know, fully. So this is going to need a second coat and maybe a third. I mean, I won't know until I get the second coat on. But I will do all of those coats today. So this will be fully painted and covered today. I'm not sure if I will distress this one. Again, I kind of wait until I get the paint, you know, on there, and then I just kind of look at the piece and see if it what it's saying. Kind of just some pieces you want to distress and others you don't. So I will just kind of see after I get, and if you can see here on the top of this, it's not fully covered, but, and I will show you how to use this paint is working really well. But if you're just kind of, you're getting frustrated with brush strokes and what have you, just do this. I've shared it before, but anyway, what you're going to do is you're just going to spray your paintbrush. Don't douse it. It's a couple of squirts. I got some here on the dresser. That's okay. And then put the paintbrush in the paint and then just push it around so that you can just tell that it just glides better. I'll keep doing, and sometimes I have just sprayed right on the piece. Just depends. I mean, really, if either way, it's not wrong. I just don't want to get too much paint or too much water on the piece itself. So let me kind of take you over here with me. Okay. I'm running out of room. I'm going to set this right over here on my desk. So again, I mean, you could just, if you wanted to kind of miss the dresser there and then put the paint on, I prefer when I'm doing a first coat like this to put it on my brush. So I like to spray my brush. Now, like the second and third coat, fourth coat, depending on how many you have, I'm fine spraying the piece and then moving the paint around that way. But when it's the initial coat, I like to spray it on my brush and use long, you know, kind of push the paint along the entire dresser, the entire piece. So you're not getting small little strokes and, see here, this is a good, here, let me show you. Okay, can you see this? So when you're doing small little strokes like this, try and push the paint across the entire piece. I'm really trying hard not to make you guys dizzy. So once you get it on where it needs it, right? So I'm trying to get this first coat on. So I get it covered, right, with smaller strokes. But then I want to push it. I want to push it across the whole piece. And see, right there, I had so much paint there because I was showing you guys. So a little squirt and it's going to push that paint around a little better. So that pile of paint, I had the paint on there. I picked up the camera to show you guys what I was talking about, and it kind of stays there. So just a little squirt of the continuous spray bottle will just help push that and give you, let me see, so I do still need to paint the insides of here, the insides of there. Okay, let me move this back a little bit. And then I will see if you guys have any questions. Let me just kind of move my paint back over here. My hands, these are little, they're little cans. What are they, 32? They're little cans, but my hands don't fit around them. I'm always two hands. It's like your kids, when they were little and they'd have a cup of something. Two hands, just don't spill it because my hands can't grip it as well. Are you painting the back? Nope, I never paint the backs of pieces. Number one, it usually doesn't need it. And number two, there's usually, especially on older pieces, I was just making sure you guys weren't just watching my back or something. On older pieces, they usually have information about the piece or there's a stamp on the back. And I love that. And this one has that. It's got now I'm not going to remember if it's a paper stamp or if it's actually like an ink stamp. But I love that about it. And so I never paint the backs of pieces. I'm trying to think when you would. If you ever had to maybe like replace the back or you needed a piece of thin plywood, you know what I mean? If like the backing came off or something like that, then I might consider painting it. But it's all wood on the back and it's in good condition. So, and like I said, it's got that stamp. I don't ever want to cover that. You can find stamps in different areas, but this one has it on its back. So yeah, let me see if there are any other questions. I can paint the other side. Do you guys have any questions? If the clear primer, I got that. At what point do okay, so Nikki, I kind of showed you the water mist. This paint coming out of the can, it was applying really well, but I did just kind of show you how I do it and when I do it. And I will do that with each coat, not with primer and not with a top coat. Don't use the mister for those. It's just with the paint. Can you use on furniture that has a veneer? Yes, I love these questions. I just want to make sure. So, yes. So I suggest that always painting real wood furniture. I just think the outcome in the process is doable or is better. It's just better. But veneer, those are real wood pieces. Now, I shouldn't say that it's always, because there's the, like the plastic veneer and things like that. But if you have a wood piece of veneer overlaid on I'm just going to take you guys with me. There we go. Okay, perfect. A wood piece of veneer, a lot of veneer on the older pieces, it's wood. It's a layer of wood. So yes, I pick up pieces I used to, when I first began, if there was chipping veneer or, missing veneer, I would freak out and I wouldn't pick those pieces up. And then it was like, I kept finding them. And so I figured out 3 different ways to fix that, depending on what the veneer is on the piece. And I've shared that all on my website at mycreativedays.com, so you can find all those. And I have video sharing what they are. But, okay, I just want to make sure I got through this. So anyway, so the veneer, yes, this paint works great on it. So it's usually real veneer, and if you have to fix it, repair it, it's doable. It's definitely doable. There are products to use, and there's even at home, like, simple ways to fix it. So definitely, if it's real wood veneer. Now, when I say real wood veneer and pieces that are all real wood, I'm talking more about, I always like to say particle board, and I don't know if that's the right word, but do you know the pieces where somebody would have, bought them from, let's just say Walmart or Target. Let's go with Walmart. I'm trying to think of where you're bringing it home to put it together. Think of, like a college dorm entertainment center kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? They're like, it's almost like cardboard pieces. Now, they say you can, some paint brands say that our paint will work on those pieces, but they're just, the makeover isn't as great, I don't think, and it doesn't hold up as well. So that's what I mean when I say real wood pieces, or, those other pieces like that you're gonna, if you see pieces that are held together by, shiny new big screws, those are, I don't pick those up just because I've learned, to be honest, I used to pick them up, but where is my spray bottle? So I'm kind of having a hard time now. The paint's kind of been open, so I'm just going to spray my paintbrush a little bit, and then I'm going to dip it in the paint. And so I have painted those pieces. They're usually really inexpensive, but I just pick up these, older real wood pieces. It's just, they're not as frustrating to work with, and the paint just goes on better. And so, and like I said yesterday, I don't paint every piece I get. There are so many pieces that, just need a little bit of, like I said, the salve, or, restore finish, or whatever it is that I'm using. But this one was one, like I said, we had to fix the drawer front, which that's another easy, easy is relative, right? But it's doable. It's a doable fix. And so, so I shared that. Like I said, it's definitely up on my Instagram page, and it's the same there. It's My Creative Days over there. And, it will be up on Facebook if it is not already. But yeah, so this one needed a little bit of fixing. Those are my favorite because people usually walk by them, and so they're still there for me to pick up. I would not pick up pieces that like the legs are broken or they're cracked. Like chairs, wood chairs, I would never want to bring home wood chairs that are like the legs are cracked or anything like that. So that's a definite no for me. I will not do that, but I'm trying to think of something else I definitely wouldn't. Some dressers, or, like buffets or something that's got drawers. If the drawers, I kind of got too much paint there for the legs. If the drawers are just wonky, and we've fixed all kinds of drawers, so it just kind of, you'll figure out what you can and can't do. But the more you do, the more you learn too. So there are certain, drawer issues, or Matt will be somewhere without me, and he'll call me, or he'll send me a picture, and he'll say, "What do you think of this?" And I'll say, yes, like I love that piece or whatever. And I always say, check the drawers. And so if you're ever, you ever find a piece that you want to bring home and make over, check the drawers. And so, especially if I'm not with him, he knows now too what he can and can't fix. And so he'll open the drawers and it'll just be, and he'll say no. And a lot of the times it's just not going to be worth it. The amount of time it would take to fix a drawer or, to like legs are just hard to fix any of that. So it just wouldn't be worth it in the end. So those are definite no's. We don't pick those up at all anymore. Okay. I'm hoping that if you've got a project that you've wanted to try or you want to start flipping furniture on the side, I'm hoping these videos and the blog and all that is super helpful. And the way you guys can help me is to let me know what you need help with or what questions you have. Because that just tells me what other videos to share and what other videos to do and what other posts you need and all that. So definitely keep your questions coming because we love them. Okay, I'm going to go all the way to the front here just to see. It's Canada, Michigan, Canada. See if there's any other questions. If you guys, so what I will do now is South Carolina. Oh, I bet you it's really hot and muggy there though now. So what I will do is I have the drawers out there right here behind the camera. So I will put my first coat on those drawers and then I will kind of wait. I'll wait a couple hours and then I will put another coat on. This really did cover well. I did have the clear primer on from yesterday. But sometimes you're like just a lighter color over the wood, but it did really, really well. So, and I love this color. It's a really pretty, sometimes it's kind of hard to see through the camera, but it is a really pretty color. But yeah, so then I will put, like I said, and then I'll wait a couple hours and I will put another coat on, see how it's going to do. And should I show you guys this? There are some little holes inside this drawer. There are some little like nail holes. I'm not going to lift it because it's going to be too big. They're just little holes, so I will fill those just on one of the drawers. So I don't know if somebody had fixed it before, but it looks like old holes, like they're older ones. But so I will put some wood filler in there and let that dry and then sand that, and then I will paint the drawer fronts and then, okay. And like I said, put a couple coats on there. And then in the end, I will put a top coat on this, probably a couple coats of a clear top coat for sure. I don't think I'm going to distress it. I don't think so. I'm going towards no. It's just going to be a solid color. I will put a couple coats of top coat on it, a matte top coat. That's kind of my favorite top coat. And I will use a top coat from Wise Owl. When I'm using the brand, like the paint and the primer, I kind of like to stay with that paint, primer, and then their top coat or whatever. You definitely do not have to, but I've got that. And so that's what I will use on this for sure. But if there's any other, let me know what other videos or what other things you guys would like to see. Like I said, we are creating a furniture flipping course. It's going to be affordable. I want to help as many people as I can with this. So we will be launching that soon. And by soon, I mean right September-ish, right in the beginning, we are thinking. So yeah, I'm just super excited about it because it's going to help so many more people. Totally affordable and definitely something it's taken all summer to put together, but we're really excited about helping as many people as we can. So stay tuned for that. Oh my gosh, in Belize. Oh my gosh, what's the weather like in Belize? Is it Nara or Nara? I would like the furniture flipping course. Yeah, like I said, I just kind of wanted to put all the information and then together in a course. It's like a one-time thing, payment. We're making it affordable, but it's kind of got all the tips and tricks, the things that I've learned over the years, and some extra stuff that we're putting in there. So there's going to be a lot of little nuggets of information that will help a lot of people and just get there a lot faster than it took me. So through trial and error and me learning how to do this and then how to sell it and make a profitable, business on the side. I won't get into it all now, but that's coming. We are in the works right now. So we've been working all summer long on this, and we're super, super excited. I do have people helping me. So that's been our main goal this summer. It would be better in person. That would be nice. It would be better in person. I have videos in there. There's a lot of stuff inside the course. So stay tuned for that. We will definitely be sharing it for a while before it launches, and then when we have it available. So yeah. Okay. I will let you guys get back to your Tuesday. I'm going to fill these holes on the drawers and then get some paint on these drawers. And then, yeah. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Again, if you're watching it on replay, let me know. Just put #replay. If you have questions, let me know. Leave them in there. I come back and check them. If this was helpful, share this video. If you think somebody else would, or yesterday's video, or any video you see here, share them because, like I said, I'm trying to help as many people as possible. So, okay, guys, I think that's it. And I think I got to all the questions that were here live. So have a great rest of your day, and I will check in with you guys soon.